How's the bye?
It's pretty good, man. And you got every time you'll introduce me, I'm most proud of being a former OTP intern.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
It's
Exactly.
big time.
Yeah. Well, look, we're hanging on for dear life for all the promotion and publicity we can get off of you guys. So every time we introduce you, we have to let people know that you worked on this show. This season's been great for you, man. You and I have been going back and forth a little bit on text message, but tell the listening audience on
Oh,
what
I
it's
get it.
been.
Y'all are
Yeah, a
cool.
little big.
Okay,
Yeah, my bad,
chill
my
out,
bad. That was a
bro.
name
It's all
drop.
cool.
What's this season been like for you?
That was kind of a self flex right
It
there,
was.
Jordy.
It was. Feeling a little down this morning, Clapp. I needed a little boost. Tell the listeners about what the season's been like.
Yeah, man, it's kind of been a crazy season. We started off Monday night, yeah, so we started off the year, and I was a backup offensive lineman, and kind of had a small jumbo package to start the season. Since then it's kind of grown every week. I think Houston, we didn't run anything jumbo. I was just backup offensive line, blocking field goal, and I went to LA. Ran a few jumbo plays, but then ended up playing a bunch at guard that game.
Yep.
And once we hit Seattle, I think the train started rolling with jumbo stuff, and I think I got like 10 snaps at jumbo, and then it's just kind of expanded ever since then. And since that game, 4 snaps in the jumbo role, and just trying to take it a game at a time, and hopefully that role just keeps expanding.
Well, I heard last week on the broadcast where Peyton had a decision to make between you and Eason, and McCoy goes down, and you were the backup center last weekend. So with some of these personnel decisions that they're having to make, I guess the same thing that while you were here at LSU, versatility is allowing you to get on the field early.
Yeah, that's it's just been something that ever since I got to LSU has kind of been my thing. I remember, I'm sure T. remembers it too. Coach Miles, right when you got here, he wanted you to snap and he wanted you to play as many spots on the line as you could. And it's just kind of been my thing since I got to LSU. I played I started at 3 different spots in 3 years at LSU, and it's kind of helped. And, if you're going to be a backup offensive lineman, you got to be able to play a bunch of different spots, and because on game day, we're only dressing 7 to 8 linemen, so there's not many guys going out there on the field.
Yeah, so I want to ask you a question that just kind of drives home how crazy this year has been. Who's tougher to block, Khalil Mack or Aaron Donald?
Dude, that's like not even a fair question because both of those guys are just tremendous players. I mean, when I tell you just like absolute freak athletes, I mean those guys are two. I mean, there's a reason why they're the highest paid guys in there, on the defensive side of the ball, and both are tremendous players. And I'm glad I got to block those guys.
So I saw Aaron Donald, who was the running back from Atlanta that he picked up off of his feet.
Devontae Freeman,
picked
yeah.
Devontae Freeman up off of his feet, like carried him around like a kid on an NFL football field. What's it like? Did it feel like you had no control when Donald gets his hands on you in one of those scenarios?
You know what's crazy about Donald is he's not the biggest guy. I mean, I would say he's like 6'2". He's probably like 285. And, that's a big guy, but most of these NFL line. But what makes him so special is he has just tremendous hands and lateral quickness. I mean, he could be at one spot and on the field, and all of a sudden he swipes you, and he's on the other side of you, past your hip. And I mean, that's just some of the craziest quickness I've seen from a D-lineman. And I mean, he was just everything you needed. He was strong hands, quick, and he was a tremendous D-lineman. So you can see why he's one of the top guys in the NFL.
Yeah, it's like in DVZ when they just that instant transmission and people are shocked they just transport another place. What about so you've been playing that jumbo tight end Clapper? When are they going to throw you a touchdown? When are they going to throw you a pass? You have enough built up where you need to go into Sean Payton's office and tell him you're not playing unless you throw me the ball.
No, we'll never be there. Keep up. No, man. Right now, I'm just worried about the blocking assignments, and we always joke around, offensive lineman's dream to catch a touchdown. But yeah, right now I'm happy with what I'm doing. So, but hey, if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, I'm just loving being on the field and getting to play a little ball.
Yeah, and it's wild, man, because the run that y'all have been on, there was so much talk when Drew went down of like, hey, they got to go 3-3, right? Just stay relevant to the playoff race. Well, y'all went undefeated and now are very much in the 1 seed race still. Drew has returned. Can you kind of take us into the locker room, like post Bree's injury? Because y'all didn't even come home. You stayed in Seattle. Like, what happened to kind of bring everybody together? What was that experience like in that locker room?
Yeah, obviously, Drew goes down in L.A. It was just kind of like a big momentum shift in L.A. We, I think Drew went down. We had a fumble that that we ended up running back against. It was blown dead. So much like momentum that. And we still fought back. I mean, I thought Teddy came in. He played really well in LA. Well, we go to Seattle, which I thought was like really good for the team. We ended up spending a whole week together in Seattle. Practiced out there, and Teddy took everybody. I took the whole offense out to dinner, and pretty much said, these next however many weeks that Drew's out, this is gonna be all of us. We're all in it together, and pretty much said we're gonna go at it. All gas, no brakes, and. Yeah, I mean, O-line, we loved playing for Teddy while he was back there. I mean, he's a great competitor, and there's a reason Teddy was a franchise QB back in Minnesota. I mean, he's a great player, and it was amazing to be able to have him, while Drew was hurt. And, he led us to those 5 straight victories, and we're in a great spot right now.
Talking to Will Clapp of the New Orleans Saints here on Off the Bench, 104.5, 100.3, 94.7, ESPN. Oh, this is okay. Sorry, blanked what I was going to ask for a second. I was panicking there. That's why I filled time. How big is Latavius Murray, Will?
Oh, Latavius is easily 60 or maybe 60. He's a big back, man. I'm used to playing with these big backs. We have those at LSU.
Yeah, I guess you had Fournette.
Man, he's a big dude. He's a great runner, man. I mean, to have him and Kamara in the same backfield, both great players. He's a veteran back, and he showed the last 2 weeks, that he can carry a workload, and we're really lucky to have him. Great pickup in free agency for the Saints.
Who's your best friend on the O-line?
I don't know if I can single out one guy. I mean, we're a pretty close group. I'm really good friends. Like Nick Eason, Larry Warford, Ramchek, all the guys. I mean, all those dudes we're all great friends, and I think that's why it's such a good offensive line group, because we're always hanging out, and people in our line room are just always together.
The locker room seems like that. I mean, the locker room. I mean, you've been around a lot of locker rooms. I mean, like just outside looking in from the social media that comes out of that place, it just has really good vibes. I mean, it seems like the entire team likes each other.
Yeah, I think that's by design. I think Coach Payton is really big on the locker room aspect, and he always tells us, that we're gonna, he's always focusing on enjoying the time with the guys, because that's the part of the game you miss the most. And I think that's by design. We put good people in the locker room, and it leads to results on the field.
Did you think that Joe Brady was going to have this impact on LSU like he is with this offense, the way that it's producing right now?
Honestly, I did. I mean, I thought Joey was a great coach when we were at the Saints, and but I couldn't have predicted he would have been that good. I mean, I don't think anybody thought LSU's offense would be. I think they're number 1 in scoring in the nation right now.
Everything.
Yeah.
They're number 1 in everything.
Yeah, I mean, I thought Joe was going to be a great addition to the staff, but I don't think anybody predicted that we would have, a complete turnaround in our offense, and all of a sudden Joe Burrow's the Heisman. I mean, Joe was a great quarterback last year, but now he's being talked about like possibly number 1 quarterback off the board. I mean, this is an absolutely insane season, and I'm loving every second of it.
Yeah.
Got that Clapp jersey, man. Congratulations on the success. No, the jersey.
You want to know something crazy? So I ordered y'all's jerseys. I have T-Bob's jersey in, and I'm trying to figure out where yours and Rivers are, and we're trying to figure out where those got shipped.
Yes, sir.
Stuck on some
Let's
ship in the
go.
middle of the Pacific.
Wait, you have a jersey for me?
No, not anymore,
I
dude.
ordered y'all. I ordered y'all some
I got
Clapp
the clap.
jerseys,
Oh,
and
calm down.
I'm literally looking at your jersey right now, T-Bob.
Let's go.
And I'm trying. I didn't want to ship it until I had Jordy and Rivers jersey.
This is all
Smart
very
move.
likely. This is all very
It's a very
likely.
smart move there.
My man. No, look, man. O-line for life, bro. I got you. Even though you're a tight end now.
Clapp, does LSU beat Alabama this year?
I like their chances, man. I think T-Bob was in that last team that beat him, right?
Many moons ago,
T-Bob
yes.
will qualify to answer that one, huh?
Yeah.
No, I think we have a very good shot, and I think this offense is going to be hard to stop, and the defense has been playing real well as of late. So I think everything's falling in place to finally knock them off.
You guys stay hot in the second half of the season, man. Thanks for joining us this morning on the off week.
Appreciate it, fellas.
Hell yeah, Will. Thanks so much, man.
Former OTB intern and now a part of the New Orleans Saints, Will Clapp checking in from Metairie. We're rolling on OTB.